My 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road has gone through phase 1 of its transformation with Westcott Designs, and I want to show you guys the full tour and everything that they did to transform this truck from this to this. Let's go. So let me know what you guys think about the Tacoma down in the comments section, but one of the first things you'll notice is that this truck is lifted up a little bit higher than when I had dropped it off to Westcott Designs. Of course, they put their pre-collar lift kit on this truck. We got about 2.5 inches up front and about 3/4 of an inch in the back. But all we did was their pre-collar puck right at the bottom of the coil of the suspension up front. And then in the back, we did the spacer right on top of the coil to complement the Westcott pre-collar kit. Guys, we also swapped out the wheels and tires. We have a little bit bigger of a tire and we got a lot better looking of wheels. So Relations Race Wheels sent out their RS2 hybrids. So these are mono forged wheels. We went with bronze because you guys really love bronze and it complements the underground color so well. But these are their mono forged wheels. So these are under 20 pounds. I try to keep everything on this truck as lightweight as possible, and that carries through to the tires that are wrapped around these wheels. They're the Nitto Ridge Grapplers 285/75 R17 as a C load rating. So only a 6-ply tire, nothing crazy with it. We're at about 33.8 inches, so not quite a 34, but not quite as small as a 33. And it's also 11.25 inches or so wide. So it's not insanely aggressive of a tire. The truck handles it very well. I know my gas mileage is slowly starting to go down, but it looks really good. And I went with the hybrid setup as well because it's a black ring to kind of offset the matte bronze a little bit, but also it's to really protect these wheels because mono-forged wheels, they are not cheap, and I wanted to keep these things looking really good, and I plan on really using this truck off-road. We are at a +12 offset, and it is an 8-inch wheel, so it's a 17 by 8-inch wheel, and this is the little bit of poke that we have. Honestly, it's really good. I prefer just a little bit of poke, but it's not bad at all to be too much poke, and it's not too little to be tucked up in to the fender well at all. So if I get kind of like straight on it, it's almost like the perfect amount of poke. Speaking of using this truck off-road, rock sliders, guys. So we went with the 0-degree rock slider. I like it because I'm able to use it as a step to get up onto the roof rack, also to get up into the vehicle, but I've also really used these sliders already. Take a look at this video that Mark Brenner recorded for me.
Okay, Johnny boy got a little high centered here. I think the move is to go forward.
Yeah?
Yeah, just go straight. Go straight.
Using the rock sliders.
Yes, you are. Oh, jeez. There it is, there it is. Yeah, buddy.
We're free, baby.
No problem.
So definitely put the rock sliders to the test, but it's not just that they work, they also look really good. So the attention to detail that Westcott Designs does, you see this little notch right here, how it follows right there with the back of the Tacoma. Also up here with the rock slider as well, how it follows that little notch right there on the Tacoma. That little bit of detail takes Westcott Designs employees an additional hour per set of sliders to do, which is absolutely wild that they're putting the man hours in to do that just to match the contour of the truck. That is just the next level of attention to detail that Jeff Westcott puts into these vehicles instead of just manufacturing more sliders, setting them out the door and making a profit, right? It's that little bit of detail that I love, and the fact that it takes 45 minutes to an extra hour per sliders with everything that they have to do with it, from shaving it down, clamping it in, welding it together, then sanding it down, getting it all nice and good. That's just wild. So you guys can see here too, it just flows perfectly. So again, they weld all this cap on, they sand it down, make it look all pretty before sandblasting it, priming it, and then putting it into the oven for the powder coat. And this is more their satin finish. So this is a shinier finish. Let me know what you guys think about that. We did do the top plates up top as well. And then back here, we have Westcott Designs, their logo with a new bottle cap. And this is like a brushed aluminum underneath right now, but Jeff will color match this to your specific vehicle. As we move up top, we have the Westcott Designs roof rack up here. It has been raining the last couple days, as you guys can see right behind us, but man, look behind us too. Looking at underground with the clouds like this. Oh my gosh. But we have Westcott Designs new roof rack for the Tacoma, and we have a rigid adapt light bar up here. But what this light bar is, it's like a GPS based or speed sensor based light bar. So as I go faster off-road, since I am out in the West Coast with this truck, it'll shine further down the road. As I slow down, the beam pattern and everything will widen out to give me more of a view. But I believe there are 16 lights up here. They fit in this wind deflector perfectly. It does obviously have some wind noise because these do sit up a little bit higher than normal. However, it just looks solid up here. And I like kind of the dark black look that it has as well. It just flows with the truck perfectly. And I can't wait to use these while off-road at night. And here's just a closer look. And then we have our crossbars and everything up top too. And this is also a satin finish. And then just the attention to detail again with Westcott Designs. I'm not sure if Jeff is gonna change this during phase 2 of the truck because he says he has some more ideas, but you could see our spoiler goes off like this of the back. This follows perfectly as well. Says Westcott Designs, of course, signature bottle opener, and then a little Easter egg right here. We have a Tacoma climbing this right here with the bed rack and a rooftop tent on it. And speaking of that, where's the bed rack? Well, we did not have time to do that, but they are getting my truck again in about another week or so. I'm going to California to off-road this with some guys and stuff, and then I will be dropping it back off at Westcott Designs so they can develop their rear bed rack for this truck. They're gonna showcase for mine, and they're gonna have multiple options, but we're gonna do a full height bed rack, and then there will be a rooftop tent up there for Westcott Designs to show everyone. The last item, and you guys may remember it from my last Tacoma, but we have the tire carrier. So I brought this back to Westcott Designs. They freshened it up a little bit because it did have just a little bit of surface rust from being in Florida, but we have the 5th Relations race wheel right here on the back of the Tacoma. So as I mentioned, this is just phase 1. Phase 2 is coming in maybe like 3 or so weeks. I'll document it again here on the channel, but I'm going to California, gonna come back to Arizona, drop the truck off for Jeff Westcott so they can do more R&D stuff that they didn't have the chance to do with other Tacomas that they've had in their shop, to develop parts for this truck that they will offer to you guys in the near future. I already mentioned the bed rack. There will be some other things too added to this truck. And then Jeff asked me if I'm keeping my bronze wheels, and I said, yeah, why? And he says I have some creative designs that he wants to tie into the truck to match the bronze on certain areas of the truck. I have no idea what the heck he's gonna do, but the dude can do SEMA build Sequoias. They look absolutely amazing. His design work, his fabrication work, his whole team, absolutely incredible. So I can't wait to see what they have planned for this truck in the next couple of weeks. But that's it, guys. I appreciate you all watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, see you later.